Well, I'm here and I made it. I am in North Carolina. I'm at the ocean. I'm looking at the ocean, actually, as a matter of fact, right behind the camera as we sit here. As I sit here, I guess. I tried so hard to get a shot of it, like within the background as I was sitting and talking to the camera, but exposure-wise, it was a complete nightmare. Nothing about that works. I'm indoors. It's outdoors. I tried to go outside. This is a bad situation I've got going on here as far as like filming is concerned. Anyway, so we're gonna look at the wall behind me so I can use the window as like a light source. Anyway, hello and welcome, and I'm just glad to be talking to you guys right now. I had a video that I completely filmed and recorded and had prepped that I was gonna have to go live this week, so I didn't have like a week without content. It was the Assassin's Apprentice video, as a matter of fact, the review for that. And then we had this massive storm in Ohio where I live, and it knocked out all of our power. In the process, it took down my desktop computer, and in the process, I lost everything. I lost my entire video, so you guys don't get the Assassin's Apprentice video. I don't know if I'll re-record it or if I'll just tuck it into the monthly wrap-up video that I'm going to have to do for this month, because that video is going to be insane, because I basically have not recorded any of my reviews of any of the books that I've been reading this month, so I'm going to have a lot to talk about in that video, because, you know, this has been a bad month for just review content in general. I've been busy prepping for this trip, and now I'm on the trip, and it's glorious, it's wonderful, it's everything you hope an ocean trip to be. I haven't been to the ocean in probably 5 years. It's been a while, and it's just great. We normally go camping, like tent camping, like we are not very fancy in our vacations, that's for sure. So this year having like an actual, like, this is, I mean, our house is on the, I'll get some B-roll or something in here for you, because our house is literally on the ocean, and it is so nice. Anyway, what am I doing this week? I have been reading, as of course, like I said I was going to do. I stopped reading Dust of Dreams, and I started reading Piranesi, and this is so good. It is glorious. It's wonderful. Everything about it's good. It is like this magical realm and this magical world, and it is this house, this and it's bigger than any house should be, and then there's the tides that come up from the bottom, and they live in the basement, and then it's the first floor is overtaken by the tides. The second floor is kind of where the place where Piranesi and the other live, and then the third floor is, you know, the sky and the clouds. And oh my gosh, just wandering through this house, and the way it's described and the way that it's written is just so mysterious and just so magical. And I thought it was going to be that, and it is, but then I had this like whimsical idea in my head of how this was all going to come together, and I was very surprised when I got into reading the book, where it's not very whimsical in the feelings that you get as you're going through the story. It's much more of a odd, uneasy feeling. It's uncomfortable, and you feel kind of strange as you're going through the book, and it's unease. It just is the best way I can think to describe it. It created a sense of unease in me. I didn't like some of the feelings that I got from the things that Piranesi was saying and talking about, and then very early on in the book you get this descriptions of his journals, and a lot of this is done through like journal entries as you're going throughout the book, and he has these dates put on the original journals, and it's like 2011, and then it very quickly goes to the year that something happened, the year that I counted the stars, and the year, and you realize that he's losing things and forgetting things and losing pieces of himself, and it suddenly becomes darkly almost melancholy in the way that you're going through the world, and it feels so dreamlike, but it doesn't feel dreamlike in a good way. It feels dreamlike in like we're wandering through a dream, but in the process of wandering through that dream, we're slowly losing something. He's slowly losing something. Something's slipping away, and it might not be retrievable, and that doesn't create a good feeling as you're going through the book. Like I said, it creates this weird uneasy melancholy, and I was like, oh, this isn't the kind of dream world I was expecting. I was expecting something a little bit more, maybe not upbeat, but at the very least whimsical, and it's not really that, at least not yet. And now we're starting, I'm just hit the halfway point, I think. Not even quite. I'm at 110 pages of a 240 page book, so I'm almost halfway. But it is, I'm starting to get to the point where I'm starting to get a few of the answers, and some of the mysteries are starting to come into focus. We've already met the prophet, so it's not just our character and the other. Now there's another one, and actually a fourth one might be showing up. Well, kind of did just show up, didn't they? Anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't want to get too deep into spoilers or talk anything about, because it's so good. It's so fascinating. It's so interesting, and it's right up my alley. That melancholy feeling, I kind of live and thrive there, and I thrive in the world of the weird in any capacity. But there's something special about the melancholy, which is what caught me off guard. That's what part of the story that came kind of right out of left field for me. Anyway, so good. Oh my God, amazing. I don't want to say better than I expected it to be, because I expected this to be a top tier read. This was one of the ones that I was, out of my entire TBR, the most excited to get to, of course, other than Dust of Dreams. And it has not let me down. It has surprised me a couple different times at a couple different points in the book, for a couple different reasons. The mood, the tone, the feel is different than I expected. The reveals are quite different than I expected them to be, but the level and the quality is right where I wanted it to be, everything I hoped it would be, and it has been wonderful. Anyway, that's pretty much where I've been. I kind of, like I said, I paused Dust of Dreams, which, give you an update on that, is truly fabulous as well. And as I will say, in Dust of Dreams, I am surprised that people put it as low as they do, as much of a low point in the series. So many people say it's the worst book that they've read, or in the Malazan Book of the Fallen, and I 100% disagree. I'm like locked in. This is definitely better than Reaper's Gale. I do not know why people consider this to be the slog. Now, I will say I do understand why they consider it to be the slog, because it is much more slow-paced and nothing is happening. But Reaper's Gale was much more slow-paced and nothing was happening, and I was not 100% engaged with what was happening in that book, at least the first half of it. And this one is much more of a, I don't know, I'm just locked into everything that's happening. I'm locked into, if the Malazans are there, I am in, and everything that they are, just the discussions that they're having and what we are learning. There was a meeting, like a legit grouping and meeting of all of the elder gods, like all of like the entire pantheon of elder gods had like this big meeting in this, I'm just like, the shit that's happening is like, I've been waiting for something like this to happen the entire series. It's wild. It's so good. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I'm like I said, I'm locked into what's happening here, and I'm loving every minute of it. I don't know any complaint that people are having with this one. This is really, really, really fascinating, and all of the pieces are really falling into place, clicking into place, and I feel like by the time I'm done with Dust of Dreams, I'm going to be just like salivating, not being able to wait to get to the end of next month so that I can get my hands on the Crippled God. Anyway, that's pretty much where I think I'll be at. That's where I'm at right now. That's what I'm currently in the middle of reading. I guess I'm also in the middle of reading Orb, but I didn't bring that one with me, and it's just sitting at home waiting on me to get back to it, which, by the way, is quite good as well. And that one caught me off guard too, because I went into that one actually completely blind, so it's kind of hard to be like, I expected this from Orb, because I expected nothing. But I don't know, it's such a interesting setup, and then a sharp left turn, and I don't know, I don't want to talk. We'll get to that a bit later. as well. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling now. I'm going to try and get this video put together, maybe get it uploaded, and maybe have something to put out for you guys. But before I do that, I'm going to go take a jump in the ocean, maybe ride a few waves. And I just want to say thank you so much to everybody just who's here watching anything, who's been here, who's done anything. Thank you, everybody. Your support is amazing. This community is amazing. And as always, the link for my Patreon's in the description below. The link for my Discord's in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.